This is the Sean Yankee Show.
And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack.
This episode of the Sean Yankee Show is being brought to you by the support of viewers like me. We realize the importance of independent media and truth in this time of mass deceit and propaganda. We have decided to fight for and support it to keep it alive. You can help us in this fight for truth. Contribute at patreon.com/Sean Yankee. Thanks for coming to the show. It'll begin soon.
Hey everybody, get on in here. This is a special edition of the Sean Yankee Show because there are some big things happening right now. I'm sure most of you are aware. I didn't put much in the comment description of the show or what we'd be speaking about because I'm going to try not to make it any easier for the algorithm or the bots to shut this down, because this is a sounding of an alarm. That is what this is. We are in a crisis right now. It is red alert. We need to be getting prepared. It is going to be time to take our role. And we're going to talk more about what I'm talking about in just a minute. But I want you to share this out. I want you to get this out. Get it out everywhere. Because I don't even know how long we'll be up. We are on all 3 platforms right now, though. We are currently on Facebook, on YouTube, on Me on Things and Stuff. The Sean Yankee Show on YouTube is in YouTube jail until Tuesday. So we're on Me on Things and Stuff, and then we're on Twitch. I also just launched our website. We have a new home, theSeanYankeeShow.com. However, we're not streaming there yet. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I just want to make sure you guys share this out, get it out. So we're going to talk about some stuff that's pretty scary and it's important, but I haven't said the words yet because I'm trying to make sure that no one kicks us before we get to talking. Darlene got first. I want to just point that out because that is a new name at first. So I wanted to make sure I said that. Although it's not a regular show, you still got first. So you run this town. You run LA tonight. Hey, Joan. Hey, Nicole, Riley, Lolly. Hey, I got an announcement too. I got a special guest that's going to be coming on to help me tell you all about some of this stuff that's going on. Helen the Felon. I just made it official. She doesn't want to, but I'm going to pull her dragon kicking and screaming because she's a beast and she's way better informed on what's going on and what's happening right now than I am. And everyone needs to know about this. So Helen the Felon's going to come on and help me deliver the news of what is happening. And I don't doubt that your view count says 0. 1, we're heavily suppressed. That's why sharing is very important. And 2, I haven't streamed to the Me on Things and Stuff page in over a year. I mean, I think we've been on the new site, the Sean Yankee Show, for that long. We just got banned over there, so we're back just so we can be streaming in the meantime because we're banned for a week. Thank you. Thank you. I do want to talk about that a little bit later and get more into that. But we had to do that out of necessity. You see where we're at. You see that everything's being eliminated. Look what's just happened. I was talking to my son outside in the shed earlier, and we're going to get more into this later when Helen joins us. But the president of the United States has been silenced on every social media platform. Pulled. And tomorrow they're going to try to launch articles of impeachment against him. They're going to try to use the 25th Amendment, and they're going to call him a domestic terrorist, basically, and have him made unfit to ever serve again so that he can't run in 2024. They don't want to just pull off a coup. They want to make sure they keep their power. They don't want any threat to what they've done being exposed or pointed out. They want to eliminate anyone that's speaking out against it. So much so that they eliminated an entire social media site. Parlay has been kicked from Amazon streaming services. They're done until they can get their own servers. What is happening right now is insane, but it's looking like it's going to get a lot crazier, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about how the Vatican has went dark with rumors of arrest, and I don't know if it's true either, but I'm telling you, it is all over the place. But they are officially saying that it's for different reasons. But I am seeing information that it may be something much more nefarious going on. And as Paul said, it's time to get prepped because the blackout is coming. It is rolling in right now. That's why I had to go ahead and get this out there and raise this alarm, because it is coming to be our time to lead. And I believe we will be cut off, and I believe it will be soon. 1984 is coming in hot. So we have got to take our role as generals in this fight, in this silent war that we're in. Hello, Jennifer. And you're right, Riley. They want to use the 25th Amendment because they know that they're fucked. Well, it turns out that they may be about to be exposed. These riots at the Capitol may not have been what they seemed. We're going to get into that a little bit more too. But I think I've given us enough time to get people in here. I am going to go get my Helen the Felon device here in just a minute so we can talk with her. So I just want to make sure we give time for people to get in because we're going to be talking about a lot of this. But I wanted to show you a tweet from Lynn Wood, who has been someone that's been severely suppressed during all of this because he's been sharing a lot of truth. But I hope you can see that I have the wrong background up. Let me fix that. But it says Apple is going to do an emergency update on all phones. I'm seeing this in other places as well. When you search it, you're seeing other news about Apple update for the emergency system. And someone better at computers would have pulled that up on the first try. I messed it up. I should have put emergency alert system because earlier I searched that and it got like 50,000 results in 2 seconds. But let me see. Helen's messaging me. Okay. She needs a minute. So I'm going to give Helen a little bit of time to get in. Yeah, I don't doubt you were alone over there. They shut that channel down. That's why we left. We started a new channel. And, we just started the website because they're going to kick us from YouTube. And we've been warned on Facebook as well that they're going to kick us and eliminate our channel, our page, and rather. But exactly, Josh. They accused Donald Trump of a coup because you accuse your enemy of what you're doing. You accuse your enemy of what you're guilty of. What they are pulling off right now is more than a coup. They are pulling off a coup, but they're pulling off a great deal more than that. They are in their end game. And there is going to be a blackout one way or the other, whether they cut us off or whether this blackout that's rolling around. The White House is dark right now. Let me get my Helen the Felon device. I'm going to go get that. This thing is magical. I hope she's ready. I'm going to find her. I'm going to put in the secret coordinates. All right. So I'm going to get Helen on the phone. Danon's over on YouTube now. Oh, you called your cousin a troll? That is hate speech. How dare you? How dare you? Trolls live under bridges. Everyone knows that they don't have internet and stuff under bridges. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's a phone. It sounds kinky, but it's just a phone. All right. I'm going to try it. Make an attempt. Put it on speaker. It's ringing.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Is that Helen the Felon?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to. Hey, you got my phone number, right?
Your regular phone number? Like phone?
Yeah. I think that's what I need you to do is call me on my regular phone so that I can use the other to be able to read the comments and keep up and stuff.
Okay. Just do me a favor, text it to me real quick so I got it right on hand, and I'll go call you on the regular phone, the real phone.
Okay.
The human phone that I never use.
I think we'll talk on the phone and I'll be able to read the comments and turn the volume down because there's a little bit of a lag and hopefully I won't get confused.
Okay. Right on. Well, we'll do that. So text me the number and I'll go get that phone. I'll get the other Helen device.
Alrighty.
All right. Talk to you in a minute.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. So we're having technical difficulties, but that's how we roll around here. So I'm going to go get the other Helen texting device or Helen contacting device. The phone that I swear I never use. My real phone, the landline. Oh my God, never. You know what? I'm sorry. I swear to God, I never used this. I had to page it. I didn't even know where it was. Let me see if I got that phone number. Hey, did you hear? The world is going insane. Oh, yeah, tune in. About to tell you all about it. No, for reals. For really reals. How much canned goods and stuff do we have? Do we have rice and stuff? All right, I'm trying it. We'll see how this works. Put that on speaker. Okay. I hear you. Can you hear me good?
Yep.
All right. All right, all right. So where should we begin? How about this?
We begin.
How about this?
What were you doing, great grandma, when the world went to hell? Well, first thing I did was kind of giggle.
Right. I mean, what else can you do? But where should we start? So recently, the president, not only have you not been able to speak and or talk about anything lately, but what's happening is it started kind of with the president being silenced. He started getting kicked off different platforms and stuff taken away, and then other people being shut up. But now we're heading into like a blackout.
Yeah. You know, the whole thing with the little rally, they were having like a little political Woodstock. You know, they were just kind of hanging out. They were having their thing. They got to be at the Capitol, and have that. You can't actually see his voters. You can't have that.
No.
You know, you can talk about all of the rigging and everything as long as you just talk about it, but they can't be seen. They can't be seen, and if they're going to be seen, they're going to be seen in a bad light. They have to be seen as the enemy. And for God's sakes, you don't want to put a microphone up to their face and actually hear what they're saying. You just want to hear the din and you want to have the visual.
Right.
You don't want them actually talking to each other. You don't want any kind of interchange of information. Jesus, God, you can't have that.
No, that's dangerous. You can't have any of us talking to each other. Like, I think that was what was the biggest part of parlay being so dangerous was the freedom of speech. They don't like that. They don't like open communication.
And you know, I've been watching, because that's what I do. I watch and I read the comment sections, and it's different. The daytime and the nighttime, it's different. You'll see them actually conversating. The Black Lives Matter and the Trump supporters, and there's a lot of times you'll have both of them agreeing about Antifa.
Yeah.
And then you get to the nighttime ones.
Right. Will be the more open-minded people.
Yeah, it's just.
But it's not, you know what, I get what you're saying, that it's not that they're just more active with their suppression during the day. You think?
It's just a whole different.
Or there's more aware people that tend to use the internet at that time.
There's just a whole different vibe of people. And you know, without sounding like really weird, it's like a fucking switch gets flipped when you watch the crowd shift from day to night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know there's interaction, and there's, you know, other people go home, different ones come in and stuff, but it's just it's weird to watch. It's weird to watch.
Kathy says that Trump kicked himself off of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. What else, guys? Spotify, the president of the United States. Like, I get that he still has a presidential platform, Kathy, but the president of the United States has been silenced on all social media. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, and it's frightening. And anybody that's approving of it is an enemy at this point, because you're helping, you're ushering in, you're one of the people that will defend the system as we're trying to kill it off. No, censorship is bad in all of its forms, and unpopular speech is what needs protected. Popular speech does not need protected. He's still the president until January 20th.
Yep.
And if they can silence the president, they can silence any of us.
Well, and it's, right now Bezos has the ultimate thumb, because Amazon Web Services, they host everything. Netflix, they host just about every damn thing out there.
Isn't that crazy that we've allowed such a monopoly on information?
Yep.
That we're in this situation right now?
Yeah, I sat back and I've watched over the years, and I've seen, like, even things that you wouldn't really, you may not even notice, but like it's women who are crafters and they're proud of their Trump stuff. That shit's not sold. No, you're not selling that here. It's like, wow. Y'all got a lot in common, and you share supplies.
Right.
It's just the weirdest thing. And then to be in some of these other ones, and you hear them defending burning down the businesses. Fuck small business. They're the true gentrifiers. They're the ones actually here in the neighborhoods taking over. They're the ones that can't even afford to give a living wage. They're the real enemy. Wow.
No, it's insane. Everything's upside down.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
It is. And to be ignorant to it at this point is to consent to it, because they're not hiding it. They're out in the open. And it's not okay just because it's somebody you don't like. I'm not defending Trump. I am stating that he's the president. I don't think that's okay to silence the president of the United States like that. I think it sets a precedent.
How's he a fucking dictator when he can't do anything? How is he the dictator?
He's not a dictator. This is ridiculous when people get so cartoonish with this Trump derangement syndrome. But he is the president. So it sets a weird precedent that you can censor the president of the United States. What message does that send to the rest of the world? What must it look like to other countries? Can you imagine, like, Russia kicking Putin off of all social media?
Yeah.
What signal do you think that sends to people? Look, the precedent of it is ridiculous. And I don't see any way to defend this, whether you agree with them or not. You need to be on the alarm because of this. This is scary. And that they would kick a whole social media platform to silence people.
Yeah.
Should be frightening as well. It's not just that they're silencing Trump and, these other people like Lynn Wood, the guy I just showed a tweet from a little bit ago, and all of these other people trying to expose what's going on. But they knocked out a whole social media site because of the fact that it had free speech. They did not censor. Yeah. That's why they're pulling off a heist and a coup right now. 27% is how much the richest people have increased their wealth in just the last year. And they're pulling off a political coup at the same time. But I think we're moving into gang game. I think Paul's right. Paul's been talking throughout the feed, as well as others, about how we need to get prepped.
Yeah.
And I think that these signals, like eliminating an entire social media site, Apple saying they're going to update the emergency broadcast system and they're going to shut it down for a while. The only other time they did that, I think I read online earlier, was when they were afraid. Remember the 2000, they all thought the computers were going to crash.
Yeah, Y2K.
Yeah, that's when they did that before. But what about this thing with the White House? Why is the White House dark right now? Do you think?
White House dark.
Well, no, I saw that somewhere. Paul said that they installed a 10-foot fence a week ago while Trump was meeting with the military at Camp David.
Yeah, supposed to be non-scalable.
And apparently the military had announced that Trump is still the commander in chief.
Yeah.
Why would they do that now? What would be the reason?
Because he fucking is.
I know, but why announce it? It's like, you see what I'm saying?
Well, because Nancy, if this fucking drunk goes and just splashes across the fucking world, we're not going to let our president attack anybody. Somebody set her down and give her some olives. Jesus.
This is insane. So what do you think is going to happen when they introduce what they're going to introduce tomorrow, their impeachment articles that they leaked?
Oh, shit. Well, Joe said that he's not for the impeachment. He's like that. He's got a lot of Obama in him. We're just going to let this work itself out.
Yeah.
But,
But the establishment, I think, wants it.
It's like the fact that he does have 75 million voters, and those were real voters, and they know that, and they're not going anywhere, and they're going to have to be dealt with. So they are kind of scared of him running again, but they also like the fact that they can use him as a threat because he's a wonderful cash machine for them. He's the ultimate boogeyman, and those donations just pour in.
Yeah. So you're of the view that he's on board with their agenda, from the sound of what you just said.
I don't know so much about that, but...
Or that he's serving their purpose, rather. I guess would have been the better way to say that.
Oh,
but what about Trump, though, is what I was saying. Because, the Q people are saying he's going to use the emergency alert. Yeah.
All these different things are going on and everything. Well, all I know is what, I know that there are executive actions that, those executive orders that he did. I know that he still has the power of pardon. And the power of declassification. Oh, hell. So I can kind of see why they're a little nervous about that, too.
Josh was just saying, get your food and canned goods ready before spring. He keeps saying spring, and I know why. I'm going to tell y'all why, because I see that some of you are aggravated that he keeps saying spring. Josh is a history buff, and battles tend to be lost in the winter, is what he was telling me. He could probably tell you a little bit more about that, but there's something to do with strategy and the weather. I didn't know this, but apparently there's historical backing to it. So do you think we have till spring? I don't.
I don't know. There's another thing that there's another theory floating around out there about March.
March?
Yeah.
Well, that would be spring, right? I mean, I guess it's not officially spring till April. but I think that's close enough. It's like if you threw it at a dartboard, that'd hit.
But it's definitely going to be weird.
Yeah, Chris is right. People don't like to be
And
cold.
it's
It's
all
hard
going
to
to start
fight
when we
when
wake
cold.
up in the morning.
I don't know. I think if something's going to happen, it's going to happen tomorrow, or it ain't going to happen at all.
Yeah.
As far as this 10 days of darkness goes. But I think we'll be cut off eventually from each other anyway. Our lines of communication, because, you know, Josh was talking to me about this the other day too. That's one of the main tactics in battle.
Yeah.
Is to cut off your enemy's lines of communication. And that's really what they're doing here. What do you know about the Pope right now?
Do what?
The story about these things, what do you think's going on with the Pope?
That one, I don't, I got my own opinion about the Pope.
Well, yeah.
That one, I don't really know about. I think it was kind of weird that, his doctor died. Now his doctor had some kind of cancer issues, too.
The doctor died?
His doctor died. Yeah.
Wow.
He had some kind of cancer issues going on, and I think he was like 78, but they're like, nope, COVID got him.
Oh, of course it was COVID. Of course.
Shit.
Yeah, Biden did say it was going to be a dark winter. Marie, you're right.
Yeah, so I had this weird thing happen today. So you know how the AAA, I had some...
The term what?
Run-ins, I guess, with the alphabetals.
The alphabetals, yeah.
And they ended up taking my phone, and I can't use my phone for Facebook anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what was going on when you got those messages about social media services?
No, that's what happened today. That's what I think is so damn weird, because you know how everybody's jumping off of it onto these other different platforms and everything. Right. And now all of a sudden, that text came through about, what was it, Telegram, I think, was the app it said. And it had these 3 phone numbers. I didn't know them, or they would have already come up with a name. And then, so I tracked them, and 2 of them are out of Maryland, and 1 of them's out of West Virginia. I'm not touching that. I'm not saying who this. I'm not doing anything. And then they start conversating. Somebody's setting my ass up.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is weird. Really, really weird. But, it is odd. You can run your own experiments saying stuff around your phone and like it'll pop up. But I usually don't get text messages.
Yeah.
Ram Redbud was here and she was talking about how when they start the arrests, if they haven't already started, all lines of communication will be cut off. But for them, even though it affects us. So, I guess what she's talking about is if it goes the Q route, I don't know why I'm calling it that. I guess so everybody understands what I'm talking about. If there is a plan with the military and Donald Trump does use the emergency alert system and take executive power or whatever he could do, I really don't even know. This would be something that's never happened. What do you know? What he could do if this is something that actually is going to happen? What's in his power? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm hearing that he turns it over to the military, and then that way he doesn't look like he's the one running it, and it's not partisan. It's the military doing what's best for the country until shit gets sorted out. That's the one that I'm hearing the most of. You
know what I'm afraid of, though? Like, this has been my fear the entire time. I think it's been what's kept me at bay with the plan is they've been talking about this forever, how it's going to come to this peak and then there's going to be 10 days of darkness. You know, it's an old theory. And what I don't like about that is what that could also be is getting everybody that would be the don't tread on me's and the ones that would be rising up in that moment to sit down and trust a plan as the troops roll out, as the lockdowns come, as everything shuts down, because you're like, oh, this is cool. Everything's going down right now. And then you find out, oh, fuck, we're done.
Yeah.
Like when they lift the veil and you find out, oh shit, Biden's still president, nothing fucking happened. And why are the troops still here? You know what I mean? And then you start looking around like, what do you mean UBI? What do you mean mandatory vaccinations? What do you mean this or that? What do you mean there's no more free speech? That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about that's where we end up after 10 days of darkness.
I trust nothing.
I trust nothing either. That's what I'm afraid of, though. I worry that these people that would be rising up are lulled to sleep right now. That's what scares me.
Now, I know there's a lot of them that oh my God, they think this is a good thing. It's like,
that's what scares me. I know. And, you know,
it needs to be censored. It's the private companies. They can do what they want.
I hate that when people say that Facebook and Google and Amazon or private companies, they own information.
That restaurant, let it open up then. And if you don't like its term of no mask service, then don't come in.
Right.
See how that shit works.
You know, Parler's going to go down tonight at midnight. Lee was just saying that.
Yeah.
They wiped them. They took them off the servers. That's insane. This is crazy. You know, like you said, I stole that 1984 line from Helen the Felon. 1984 is coming in hot. And I don't know when, if there's not a better time to raise the alarm, it's right now. And I don't know how anybody could be calm right now, even if you did believe. Like, I don't have that much faith in anything I can think of where I would be like, okay, I'll drop my defense. Like, it'd be like letting Mike Tyson punch me in the mouth without raising my arms. It's like, I know I'm in immense danger right now, but I'm not going to defend myself.
Yeah. This is just, oh my God. See, my mistake was, I know it's been a long time since I read 1984, but I thought it was bad. These people, these social justice warriors that are going to lead us into the future where we're all united are the ones cheering this shit on, dragging us into 1984 and thinking they're the fucking hero. Oh.
They can use virtue signaling. That's the way they do it. And everybody gets to feel like they're a good person. And they'll rat on their neighbors. That's why I said earlier that anybody that's in approval of this stuff is your opposition. They are the enemy because they'll drag you down in their defense of the system.
They're so scary to watch sometimes. It's like, whoa.
I really think we need to start making them uncomfortable. I don't think it needs to be safe to be that way anymore. Everyone's saying to get inland. If you live out on the coast, I'm seeing that a lot. Everybody seems to be. See, that's the thing. We attract woke people. But that's why I was saying over earlier, share, because they'll shut it down. They'll pull it down as soon as the computer's done going over it. Kind of surprised I haven't gotten a notification yet. Rose said 1984 is the year her baby brother was born. You know, George Orwell, it's not like he was that, I don't know what I'm looking for here. It's not like he was a time traveler or something. He saw the future. He was in the big club. He was actually connected and in those circles. He was probably one of their little pets. But him and who's that other guy that wrote the other version of what the future would end up being like? I'm going blank.
Ray Bradbury.
Yeah.
451.
Not that one. That's one too. He was in that circle as well. But it's that other one. Damn it. I hate my brain sometimes. I really do. He was around the same period as Orwell. And they were friends. They would write each other. And I'm going completely blank on his name. And I can't even give y'all enough clues to save me. But Josh says I should read Atlas Shrugged, but that's not what I'm trying to think of right now. Anywho, he wrote another dystopian version of the future. And in his, it was all high tech and everything was they were developing and altering DNA. And it was, I think that's it. That looks right. I don't know. For some reason, I'm going completely blank, but it was another version, and it's a marriage of the two. That's what people aren't seeing. Like they used to argue back and forth in writing each other. They would argue who was right, who was going to get it right. They were both right. And if I could think of the book, you'd know that I'm making a good point, but I'm making a terrible point because thank you. Brave New World. Aldous Huxley. It was Aldous Huxley. Brave New World. They used to argue back and forth in letters who was going to be right about it because they were connected to these inner circles. This is a plan like Paul talks about all the time. It's thousands of years in the making. Every time I say hundreds on the Morning Yank, he corrects me, thousands. It's going on for a long time. Think of the plan for 3 world wars. All the way back then. We're in World War III. You know what I'm talking about? Albert Pike?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. They planned this out a long time ago. The first 2 played out exactly the way they said they would. And we're well into 3. If you look at what they described 3 as. I hate that I struggled so hard with the name of that book. I need to strengthen my brain up. I need to get one of those memory games.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we're in a marriage of the two. I think they were both right because the futuristic one, if you think about it, they are talking about marrying us with the computers. They say we basically are a cyborg right now. Most of us have a computer in our pocket, but they want to put it in your brain. So in the Brave New World reality was right. And then the 1984 reality was right. They're going to eliminate free speech. Everything's going to be a controlled narrative. It's just not gray. They've colorized it. They made it glittery, but it's the same shit. It might as well be just gray walls and nothing because everything is nothing anyway. If you think about it. No good music rises to the top anymore. No good entertainment. No good literature.
I don't even listen to music anymore.
Well, I mean, it's all garbage.
Yeah.
Because like I'm saying, it might as well be gray. It's basically nothing. There's no substance to anything anymore. They just threw a layer of gloss on the 1984 world. But once you have the They Live glasses, you can't unsee the shit. You realize that it's all bullshit. You're surrounded by a web of lies. Everything's fake.
The thing. I don't know a truther that wants to be right. Holy shit. We don't want this shit to really be happening, but goddamn fucking wake up because it is. But,
Yeah.
Wake the fuck up. Maybe we can do something about it.
No, we have to. We have to. We must. Like,
we're not crazy when it's on the UN website. We're not crazy when it's on the WHO website. Stop it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's all out there. And then they'll call you crazy for saying it is. They'll be like, oh, you're taking it out of context. They'll fact check it and be like, this is misleading. Misleading information. You forgot the other 7,000 pages that should be around that. They'll do anything they can to try to make sure you don't get to tell anybody. They don't want anything out there that they disagree with. I'm on the phone with Helen the Felon. This is Helen. She's famous. Yes.
Facebook famous.
That's right. So I feel like we've missed some things. Let me go back through what Paul was saying earlier. He's busy with his job. Like, oh yeah, that's gross. Money. I hate how slow a computer is when you're depending on it. They need to do something about that. He says that Trump posted on Parler today to not let them install new updates to the disable system. And I saw that somewhere else too. If you get alerts to do an update, don't do it. People are saying not to. And I never really do anyway. I don't update. Like it'll force you. You know how sometimes it'll force you to just update. You'll come in and it's different. I never do the updates on anything. Everything I have is out of date.
Yeah, eventually it just does it anyway. But yeah, the FCC even came out. The FCC came out and made a statement about, basically it boils down to, don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. Don't mess with it. Don't disable anything. You guys have cut off every avenue he has to connect with the people. He's still the president. He can still use the EBS.
The FCC came out and said this?
Where he has no choice.
Oh, right on. Did this just happen?
No, that came out a day or so ago.
So, okay, they're not allowed to do their update.
Well, they're telling them, don't you disable it in any way.
Oh, okay.
They're telling everybody, yeah. Yeah, I'll try to find the link.
No, but everybody does need to get prepared. Like Josh, I hope you're right, and I hope we have till spring. And Ram, if you're still here, I hope you're right. And I hope that by the time this is, when the veil lifts, if we do go dark and everything is better on the other side, that would be great too. But I think we need to be ready for the very real possibility that it won't be great. I would rather be prepared for the worst and then be pleasantly surprised than to, go into it with my pants down. You know what I mean? So I think we need to get ready. And I think either way, we need to take on.
The paranoid part of my mental illness has come into full swing, and I am so prepared. We've already run through this 1,000 times.
Have you really? I wish I felt more ready. I see how close we are to being in a bad spot. I feel like they're desperate. I feel like that's why we're so close to it, really. And it just, you can feel it. I feel in the air. I feel it. It's just an energy. I don't know if you do. Do you?
Yeah.
You feel like you're close to something, like a climax is coming. I just feel it. Anyways, I don't remember where I was going with that because I got distracted by a comment, and I hate when I do that. I was just saying I don't feel as ready as I want to. And I can't get Babels to even humor me on it. I think she thinks we'll be okay, no matter what. I don't think she realizes when I try to tell her how bad I think things could possibly get. I feel like we should be ready. Ram is talking about a specific executive order that I'm going to have to look up. Executive Order 13848. She says that was not signed by accident. He's had a lot of good executive orders. I've been following the Q stuff. I do. I've been following it closely. I was in a group chat for a long time. I did get mad when he signed the stimulus and I left it, but I was following it closely till then. And I do know that a lot of this that has happened could point to it. And I would love to see it. I would love to see it come to be. But yeah, a lot of people are agreeing that they're feeling it. And Ginger makes a good point. They're keeping everyone too poor to get ready. I know that's kind of the boat I'm in. I would have a tough time preparing right now, just financially.
Well, and the thing, keeping them too poor to get ready, it's also, they're keeping them too busy to be informed.
Mm-hmm.
So they just get on that bandwagon. It's easier that way. And it makes sense. It makes sense to them, and it makes them feel better.
Yeah. Lee says that particular executive order is about foreign interference on our election, and it happened. Oh, it did. And the biggest giveaway that it did is you're not allowed to say that it did. They wouldn't care if it did. If it was just bullshit, they wouldn't care. They don't ever go after the Inquirer. They're talking about false news, fake information. They love the Inquirer. They don't give a shit about fake news. They care about stuff that's real. They want to shut that down. Anything that's against the narrative. Ram says 60% of Americans, if not more, don't even have a full tank of gas. I know I fall into that category. I hardly ever fill my tank. Do you? Did I lose you?
I'm telling people to. No, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm watching the show.
But
Sunday, I'm excited.
I hardly ever do. I usually always put $10 in. Sometimes I'll fill it, but that's only if I just got paid or something. I'm cheap.
Telling people to just
I'm
be on the safe side, stock up, and fill up all of your tanks.
I definitely don't have enough of those, Riley. Riley says stock up on drugs and get a generator. I don't have either one.
I even had a neighbor that doesn't normally talk to me about politics or anything find me and hit me up in Messenger. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. No, people are seeing it. They're realizing. And we're looking less and less crazy every day.
Well, we're not friends on Facebook. So it's making me think, so hearing it through the door, hearing it through the walls.
Right.
Red pill department. Since they've been hearing me for about 5 years now. You're welcome.
Oh, Ram is probably her cars probably runs like a top. I bet. She says she does the empty at half full rule. When the tank reaches half full, it's fill up time. Wow. I bet you are like your car's tip top. That sounds like something my uncle would do. He had one of those cars that you didn't touch. He had another one that was in the shed that was covered with a tarp, and it had all the little decals even taken off of, not the decals, but the little, the chrome pieces. All of those were taken off and put in a separate velvet case. You couldn't touch this shit. I bet he had that philosophy too, but his cars were all tip top. Kathleen's got plenty of herb. I wish I did. I got to re-up. I got to call my guy. How was that? What was it called? I saw something you were smoking on the other day. I can't remember the strain now. What was it?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Meltdown?
Yeah, Meltdown. How was that?
It was nice, but Jesus, how prophetic. My friend brought it and dropped it off, and then this shit happened.
Right, you needed it. You should be pissed, Riley. Don't be sorry. You need to be. Oh, yeah. You got wiped out too on Facebook? A lot of people are. That's why Helen the Felon got relegated to YouTube. Too much truth. That's probably what you did, Ram. Too much truth. Can't do that. I keep getting in trouble for harmful medical advice. A lot of people are half tankers. I didn't know that. So what's something else that we need to know that's going on right now in the news that you've been following? Or like, do you know anything about any updates on the riots? Maybe. Because Paul was saying earlier that he thinks that may have been a sting operation.
Yeah, I'm hearing that too. Because Pelosi and there's been a couple of other guys that have come out and they're like, our laptop is gone.
That's what I'm saying. They had a lot of laptops get stolen and things like this. Now, what if it was? That would be a wild, wild thing, wouldn't it? If that little riot was actually a sting operation, because it was obviously infiltrators.
Yeah.
But, I'm seeing theories that maybe these infiltrators were kind of double agents. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of that's very wishful. This would be the most masterful 4D, it'd be 7D underwater blindfolded chess that I've ever seen in my life, if this comes to be. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
With the plan.
Well,
oh my God, it would be I would bow at their feet. But how unbelievable would it be that 1,000-year power structure is brought down in the space of 4 years? It would be the most fantastic story ever told. Like Jason keeps saying. Jason, my co-host on Yankee and the Aussie, he keeps saying that this is going to be the greatest story ever told. That's what it would be. It would be amazing. That's why I don't think I can fully own it. And the other reason is what Chris is, I think, leading at is I think it's a diversion in a way to get, like I was saying earlier, all your alphas to kind of lay down at the time when we needed the most. And then it'll be too late. That's my fear.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a part of me that keeps connecting the dots different and keeps, I don't know. It's like we're actually seeing our government fight itself too.
Yeah. No, you are. It's madness. What's happening? The insanity. It's clear that there is a battle going on. I don't know at this point. I don't know how to feel. Sarah was saying that special ops reportedly
when I try to go back over what all happened, and too many times the dots line up that it looks like, what if this was a Hail Mary from the left? They already knew. They'd known for months that the Trumpers were gonna be there and having their little stand and everything. They knew that. They knew that. The Capitol Police, they had been approached several times by multiple agencies. Do you need backup? Do you need help? We're right here. We're offering you men. Nope. We got this. And it seems weird. Like, what if they did this? Got some infiltrators in that group, because you just need you just need a catalyst to that energy. And watching all of the different live feeds, a lot of the people were one of the people that died was crushed.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people that were inside that probably never had any intentions of it. And then you got them there, ooh, we're inside. This is really pretty, walking around, looking around. They're staying in between the velvet ropes and everything,
Mm-hmm.
But all you need is a few instigators that'll take it across the line and everything. And then when they do come back for the count, it's already been on the media, and we've got a woman dead, we've got other people dead, and everything, and then all of a sudden you've got all of these people that they know the truth, they saw the evidence, they had the evidence, they were there to stand up for the evidence. Hey, it ain't worth it. We got to go home.
Right. I don't know. It's hard to say at this point. I feel like no matter what, we need to be getting prepared and ready at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a blackout of sorts hit us, like we're being told about. Multiple people were talking about it earlier, and I've seen it all over the place.
Yeah, and then the one in Pakistan. And then that made me wonder, because the Awans, was the Pakistan blackout, was that connected to the laptops? Because, the Awans were allowed to go back home.
So you were the first time I thought, you were the first person I heard say that. What do you think about that? Go a little bit deeper into that with the Awans, for those who might not even remember who those are.
The Awans, W. Wasserman and Schultz.
Yeah. They were the ones that were working on her computer system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they let them go after that information. They let them go back to.
Yeah, they went back to Pakistan.
And now they've got I'm sorry, I went dry for a second, but they have that blackout you were just talking about. A lot of people might not know about that. Their whole country went down, right?
Yeah, the whole damn thing was yeah. I'm still looking for more, because it was pretty much the same, or the same reference, and every time I could find the article, I'm still trying to find more about exactly what the hell they're trying to blame it on. But yeah, that was weird. The timing.
Mm-hmm. Riley says to just fully remove and defy. Just stop paying extortion fees, stop voting, and stop paying fines. Remove yourself from the system, I guess. She's going to be a rebel. They'll do you like Wesley Snipes. Put you up in the prison. Yeah, I know. They're arresting and they're also identifying them and firing them from their jobs. Jones said they're arresting people they escorted into the Capitol. They let them in. There's video of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've seen all of those live feeds. I've seen where they've isolated some of it. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They moved the barricades and just come on in.
I mean, you should see photo comparisons of the Capitol during the Black Lives Matter protests and during this event. It completely different.
Yep.
No, they let this happen. They encouraged it and allowed the instigators inside. But
yep. And then that Capitol cop that suicided himself, and they're trying to say it was because of what he saw during the Capitol riot. What?
Oh, they're saying it traumatized him so badly.
Yeah.
Maybe it may have been the feeling responsible for, the stand down order to let them in. Was he, do you know what his rank was? Was he a commander?
I don't know what his specific rank was, but he's been there since 2005, and in 2005 his dad died, and his dad was the old sergeant of arms.
Mm.
So that's some more stuff I'm looking into.
Kathleen hadn't heard about the suicide cop or the suicide cop. I said it right the first time, but Paul was saying that there was more though. I wish I could get that I'm not even going to try it again. I was going to try to pull up Facebook again. This thing, for whatever reason, moves like a turtle when I'm depending on it. Riley said 7:37. Oh, that was the time. I thought it meant something else. You know, they always have those number symbologies. But I'm getting the signal that this is about to turn back into a bedroom. But thank you so much for coming in and informing me about all this different stuff. I needed somebody that knew more than me right now. This is crazy. It's insane what's happening.
There's so many different levels, and they're all moving.
I don't know where we're going to come out on the other end of it, but I wanted to get on here and try to talk about some of it. And I want to thank you for joining me for it. Thanks, Helen.
Yes, thank you. This was fun.
It was fun.
Guys.
Good night. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. All right, guys. Well, this has been a special update, sounding of the alarm. I think something's coming, you know, and there's all kinds of evidence that there is. So I would be prepared for that, prepared for the worst and then hope for the best. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing, and join us at theshawnyankeeshow.com. I was going to talk about that earlier. We started a website, theshawnyankeeshow.com. We're still building, still new. There's really only 3 posts there right now, but you can sign up. You can enter your email and you'll get alerts and notifications of anything new, any developments on the site and all of that. And that's where we'll eventually be moving. We'll be hubbing everything from there. We'll still be coming out to all the same places, but that's going to be our home. So theshawnyankeeshow.com. Go over there and check it out and enter your email and all of that, and like the page and share it out for me. I'd appreciate that. Thanks for joining us tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Shawn Yankee Show on Monday night for Hindsight News. Have a good night.